Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Drizel and we are doing the next part of the Honkai Star Rail Amphoreus quest, the 3.3 quest, The Fall at Dawn's Rise. I was so excited for Hyacine. This whole time I've been calling her Pink Barbara. But she is so cute and powerful. I did get her. I lost my 50-50, but I did get her. And I'm still working on her, but I'm excited to start this quest, so let's do this. Let's get going. You know what? Let's see the story recap. What do they give us?
Following the advice of the Chrysos heirs, I embarked on the trial of time, only to learn that I had been dead since the moment I stepped onto Amphoreus. To reclaim the future that had been stolen from me, we pushed onward in pursuit of the Death Titan, Thanatos.
Is that Stell? You sound so different. It was kind of jarring.
Meanwhile, Anaxa, one of the 7 sages of the Grove of Epiphany, broke free from the surveillance of the Golden Threads and actively sought refuge from the Council of Elders. After winning the Council's trust, he ascended Dawncloud with Circes, the Reason Titan, who resided within him, and sought an audience with Kefali, the World-Bearing Titan. To obtain information about the entrance to the Netherrealm, Castris had no choice but to support the Council of Elders in proposing a pause in the Flame Chase journey. With the aid of the demigod Cypher, she set out for the ancient city of the dead dragon, Styxia. Castris successfully recreated the dead dragon Pollux via alchemy and used its power to return to the Netherrealm, where she faced Thanatos, the Death Titan. She returned both the Titan's core flame and the stolen future, restoring the cycle of life and death in Amphoreus. Anaxa's soul met Castris in the Netherrealm, where he proved his hypothesis regarding creation. At the Citizens' Assembly, he cast a pivotal vote and used the charge of blasphemy to thwart the Council of Elders' schemes for power, allowing the Flame Chase journey to continue. After returning Circe's core flame, Anaxa's physical body completely disappeared. With this, the Flame Chase journey neared its conclusion, and all eyes turned skyward.
Yeah, let's go. I mean, that helps.
Where to now?
Give me that TLDR, I guess. Collect our thoughts. Yes. Yay, core flames returned. We're getting closer. Sometime after that, the 12 constellations hover above, overlooking the vortex of Genesis. They embody the 12 Amphorean deities, fate, foundation, creations, and calamity of this world. Now 10 among them have fallen. Their core flames return to the origin of Genesis. Above you, constellations shimmer, their brilliance echoing the fate slumber of each titan. And you have experienced 4 ascensions and 4 partings. The Mad King, yes. Alright, so this one was Mighty's. Mighty, may your battles know no defeat. Now this power resides in your hands. See you tomorrow, Trian. That one hurt the most for me. Have you found your answer? Dun dun dun. And death. We shall meet again, Castris. Yes. It's been a long journey. Time and again, farewells haven't numbed you. You can't help but wonder how many more goodbyes will the journey of trailblazing entail. A ton. You're gonna keep going, girl. You question whether you'll be able to express each goodbye with heartfelt emotion. Your thoughts sink into the ocean. You recall the Amphoreans' cherish, I can't read, epics, using stories to soothe their sorrows. Perhaps you should embrace this way to dispel your melancholy and regain your strength. Then let it begin. Countless words of adventure surge through your mind. You need only to grasp just one to anchor your creation. Wait, we got a text? Our phone works? Don't be influenced by the noise outside. Just focus on the keyword in your mind. It is indeed difficult, but you should still cling tightly to your inspiration, weaving heartfelt and elegant verses. Oh my god, your phone works, girl! Alright, this is an impossible task. Ow, drink some water. Just one glance at your phone, it won't me dropping my water! It won't disrupt your thoughts, or so you tell yourself. Oh, Cipher. Gray mystery. Last time in Styxia, 0 time for treasure hunting. Absolute disaster. Now the River of Souls mostly retreated. I'm back, baby. In the water, a big shiny chest. I can't use the miracle orb and I can't wade through. Your power of time is needed now. 70-30 split. 30 for you, 70 for me. Exactly. 30 for you and 70 for me. Details, schmeetails. Get here and we'll talk. Yeah, okay. Guess we're helping out. You must admit, even during this arduous and struggling low point, there are still those who live joyfully. Cypher's endless, surging desire for wealth seems more turbulent than the waters of Skill Gorge Waterscape. Forget the past for now, it only brings sorrow. But sadness has no place in this moment. What you need is the drive to move forward. You decide to head to Styxia, where the River of Souls is no longer blocked, to meet up with Cat Girl. Hopefully those glittering, clinking trinkets will, as always, lift your spirits. Here we go. Mim.
Styxia's moonlight is so beautiful.
Oh, right, she's talking more now.
And the River of Souls is so quiet. It's like everything that happened was just a dream. I wonder if Cass is doing okay on the other side. If I write a letter and put it in a drift bottle, will she be able to read it?
Aww. I miss Castorus too.
No, this shouldn't be so depressing. Now's not the time to feel down. We gotta pull ourselves together. By the way, it was Miss Cipher who asked us to come here. But where has she gone? Huh?
What's that sound? Is there someone else here?
Yes, and this aura feels so familiar. Let's go check it out together. Be very careful. I have a bad feeling about this.
Well, let's see. Wait, should I switch my team to the Acheron team? In case things happen? Whatever. I'll fight stuff. It's fine.
Hey, what's that on the ground? Should we pick it up?
What?
Careful.
Just pick up stuff off the ground?
It's a piece of black cloth.
Oh no, that dude's gonna kick my butt.
Now, where have I seen this before?
Flame Reaver. Did someone rip off a piece of my clothes?
What? How could they be here? Mummy!
That was fast. Mem, get ready. You want the pink puppy, don't you? Is it finally time for me to bow out? You know what, Mem, get ready. Let's go.
Wait! We both know what this thing can do. Let's try our best to deal with them for now, and we'll slip into the past with time's power as soon as we can.
The River of Souls is full of fish, big and delicious.
Oh. Cipher?
What?
The flame chase journey stops now. Meow.
Meow?
The Flame Reaver's gone mad. The end.
We already knew about the mad part. But are we still in danger?
Oh, that's silly.
Sorry, I couldn't pass on the chance to give you two a good scare.
She's a troll, but also that's terrifying. This cipher must be fake too. Run!
Don't run! I'm the real Cypher. The real one. Come on, don't be upset. I'm just giving you a kind reminder that Amphoreus isn't safe at all. The whole place is full of dangers, including that swordmaster. Make sure you stay on your toes, no matter where you are.
So you're playing both good cop and bad cop. Well, ain't I grateful for the reminder. I'm so strong that I don't need your reminder.
Really? But just a minute ago, that gray hair of yours was all standing up. You were so scared.
So, was that a Flame Reaver disguise? Or a magic trick? It looked so real. Is that the power of the trickery demigod?
Disguise? No. It's not as simple as that. Let me think about how to explain this. For example, what did you think when you realized that piece of cloth came from the Flame Reaver's cloak?
We thought that maybe the Flame Reaver was around here somewhere?
That's right. And then you heard some footsteps. What did you think when that happened?
Well, we thought it must be the Flame Reaver coming this way.
Yep, exactly. I just used some hints and, mental suggestions to help you believe in a lie. Lies are what Zagreus is best at. If everyone believes in a lie, then it becomes reality.
Power to make lies into reality? That's got all my hair standing up.
That is scary. Nice! Now I know your secret.
I sure love your arrogance, Gray Mystery.
Gray Mystery.
The seamstress trusts you for a reason. Someone as honest as you couldn't trick me even if you wanted to. So, there's no harm in telling you. Besides, we still need to team up to go treasure hunting, right? Let's wrap up here. It's time to get going. Oh, was that your teleslate?
Teleslate. Ooh, it's snowy. Rizal, did you rest well? I came during lucid hour and you seemed asleep, so I didn't wake you up. But in current circumstances, I can't stay idle. Feel it's time to continue our training. Let's go to the Grove, shall we? Uh-oh.
Aren't you a popular one? But I got to you first, so help me with the treasures, and then I'll send you two to the Grove.
Gonna go live handsomely somewhere after this?
Live handsomely? You mean spend all this money? That's so not why I hunt for treasures. Don't forget, I'm a demigod too. And there's a line reserved for me in that stupid prophecy as well. You shall walk with greed and die over petty change. But I don't believe in that. As long as I keep collecting treasures, then I won't need to care about petty change. And as long as I don't hurt other people when I get what I want, I won't be walking with greed, right? Isn't that simple?
Okay.
So, as long as I keep going down this path, all those predestined prophecies and fates will never catch up to me. That was a long speech. I'm getting thirsty at this rate. The treasures of Styxia aren't gonna float up on their own. Come on, Gray Mystery. Show me what the authority of time can do.
Oh boy. A few days later? At the crash site? Oh.
So, this is the car of the Astral Express you've spoken of. My repository of memories has been enriched with another fascinating piece of information. Thank you for leading me here, Lord Donham.
I'm surprised a council elder like yourself would be willing to journey so far to inspect the Express. Well, last time they didn't do this in the recap. Herta had a little chat with him, right?
Archimans hold wisdom and knowledge in high esteem. If the citizens knew of your origins, I'm sure more would be intrigued by the Trailblaze. Sadly, discussions about the world beyond the sky remain taboo. It's been quite some time since you first arrived in Akima. Presumably, you've been looking for a way to leave ever since.
I've been actively gathering clues and testing different things. Sadly, the more I find out, the more powerless I feel.
Don't be too hard on yourself, my lord. This puzzle has stumped Amphoreus' scholars for centuries. It isn't something you can solve overnight, even someone as gifted as yourself.
In the Grove, I discovered extensive research on the Sky Titan. It appears that many scholars from Amphoreus believe the taboo against the world beyond the sky stems from a curse cast by Aquila.
Exactly. Of the 12 titans of Amphoreus, Aquila is known for being the most capricious.
I can't pronounce anything to save my life. I'm sorry.
The weather itself reflects their mood. Tranquil sunshine, mournful rain. Aquila's breath is a brisk wind, and their cries resound as thunder in a storm.
Additionally, Aquila is one of the 2 titans whose core flames have yet to be returned.
The sky above affects every citizen. It's clear that Lady Aglaya's decision to confront Aquila at the end of the Flame Chase journey was a carefully considered strategy.
If returning Aquila's core flame can break the sky's curse, we won't have to exhaust ourselves searching for a way back. We can simply focus on aiding the Chrysosayers.
Anti-Catherians have no home to return to, so I understand your concern for your old friends and homeland. I used anti-Catherian technology, or scanning, as you might call it, to assess this car. Assuming my judgment is correct, I might be able to conduct a thorough overhaul of its power systems.
Really? But
Of course, that's only if you, my lord, permit me to interact with it.
by all means, please proceed, but be careful. The Express's thrusters are extremely delicate.
You honor me with your trust. I will be very careful.
It's also covered in flames and stuff still. This seems kinda dangerous. This is unbelievable. You seem to understand its structure perfectly. Have you repaired something like this before?
Not exactly, but we Anti-Catherians are inherently sensitive to machinery. Carefully endowed our kind with a unique advantage for analyzing and learning. If you give me some time, I might be able to fully restore this damaged car to its former glory. Then you and your esteemed companion could set off on your return journey sooner.
He wants to get rid of us. But isn't the real issue with Aquila?
Hypothetically, Lord Donham, if I could open up a path out of Amphoreus that circumvents Aquila's divine punishment, would you consider ceasing your support for the Flame Chase journey?
He really wants us out of here. I don't understand. Does the Council of Elders possess some secret means of counteracting divine punishment?
It's best if you don't delve too deeply into that question, my lord. All you need to know is, I can make it happen.
Maybe this is not a decision by the Council of Elders, but rather his personal wish.
The crucial point is, if you and your companion are unwilling to halt your support for the Chrysos heirs, it could offend certain interests.
He nodded, though. Forgive me, Lord Lagus, but I must be frank. When visiting Dawncloud, I reviewed the records of many council elders. Among them, only your background was nearly blank. I'd like to accept your goodwill, but given such a mysterious background and motives, anyone cautious would have doubts.
Your prudence impresses me, just as expected.
Are these people... Is this a trap? Is this why you accompanied me here?
Please don't misunderstand, Lord Donhong. As the Theoros, I have no allegiance to their plans, nor am I obliged to obstruct them. I am neutral. Out of respect for you, I hope to offer a peaceful solution to ensure the safety of you and your companion.
I hate this. 1 against 4 then. Huh? You don't think he's gonna fight 1v5? Just to confirm, if things turn ugly later, will you help?
I will not. As I said, I remain neutral.
Uh-huh. Neutral.
Because you plan to refuse my offer and continue supporting the Chrysos heirs.
You weren't wrong about one thing, Lord Lagus. Indeed, we must try to return to our companions. But our companions now also include the flame-chasing Chrysos heirs. Very nice. The Nameless cannot and will not ignore the fate of our companions.
So I see. This is what you call trailblazing.
Good job, Donhung. When I asked if you'd help, I meant the ones who need help are them. We gonna fight? We gonna fight? Oh man! If they switch back to that and then I'm suddenly in a fight, it's gonna... Oh, well, here's a fight.
You have such overwhelming powers. Why? Answer me. Why do you stand in our way? Why do you want to take the core flames?
Oh no! He can't hold on anymore! Drag him back here, friend! Are you okay?
I'm okay. I can handle that kind of hit now. But a few months ago, that would have knocked me out.
Always keep me on edge. If I had passed out, that would have been it.
Well, that's why I made sure you were well fed and rested on the road.
No, I think Snowy.
Thanks for the help. To face Aquila and other potential threats, I must sharpen myself with the most aggressive methods.
Even so, it's impressive you thought of this training method. Battling the phantoms of the past in the River of Time? It's just like the hyperbolic time sanctum that the bards describe.
It's working pretty well, wouldn't you say? But combat isn't just about strength and skill. You also need the right weapon. Compared to that guy's weapon, mine feels like I'm swinging a lump of iron. I can't tell you how many swords I've gone through since the training began.
Weight training, huh?
It's a good thing Cartonis is the finest blacksmith in Amphoreus. I asked him to make a suitable divine weapon for me. It's a little embarrassing to say this, but in order to help me, he deliberately turned down all other business.
Oh, Cartonis is part of this flame chase journey after all. Full of energy.
Thinking about how he's been recently, maybe you're right.
But, Phynon, I've been somewhat concerned about you. Lately, you seem more and more fixated on that swordmaster in black.
That's quite the sudden shift in topic.
I've been holding this question in for a long time. You're getting stronger, but seeds seeds of unrest are also growing in me.
Don't worry. I'm not wielding my sword for revenge. She's been through Nikador's trial and understands. Those who can't walk out of the shadows of their past are ultimately weak. Times have changed. The responsibility I bear is both precious and fragile. I wield my sword for the future of Amphoreus. I will not let hatred cloud my judgment again and neglect my duties.
Aw, you've really grown.
I'm far from finished. I must continue sharpening my skills until I can match their strength. Every time I say something, things get so serious. I don't want to be the person who keeps bringing the mood down.
This is it.
I'm out of energy for training today. How about we go to the library of Philia to lighten the mood?
Oh, okay.
Sure, that's what I've been looking
Library.
forward to. We deserve to enjoy ourselves after all the hard work. Today, I'm definitely going to.
Why not take the interesting ones home?
Oh, great idea! However, that would mean no more reasons to visit the Grove.
That's the charm of this place. You can find whatever you're into here. The three of us might not be into scholarly books, but we could still spend an entire day at the Library of Philia.
Oh, sweet. I just used all my stellar jade, so I'm happy to just get more of it. Okay, where are we? Down? Drizel is lost. Also, yes, I know there's a bunch of things that I could be doing, like puzzles and whatnot on the side. I will get to them eventually. I will. But you know, story's important. We don't want spoilers. Actually, I'm the spoilers if you guys haven't figured it out yet. So, if you do want to play this on your own, and you don't want to get spoiled, you should leave the video now. Wait, could I have just teleported wherever this was? Honestly, this is looking more and more like might as well just keep going at this point. The whispers. Alright, remember how I was like, oh yeah, if I'm gonna avoid fights, I should bring Acheron, and then I still haven't done that? I don't learn. I do not learn. Also, I'm pretty sure we could have just teleported over there, so... Thanks for watching me walk there manually. And avoid fights. Because I'm a silly goose.
Here we are! Where was that slate last time? Was it here? Or maybe over here? I'm up to have some fun! It's free time now, so you should relax too.
free time. Oh my god, wait, there's a chest right over there? Oh my god, hold up. No! I could have just teleported, but then I wouldn't have gotten that treasure chest, so it's fine. Totally worth it. Were these red before? I feel like these were not red. I'm kind of nervous about that. Over the past few months, you've come here more than once, fishing out that small piece of essence from the ocean of knowledge that best suits your taste. Although this beating heart noise is stressing me out. You're quite relieved that Don Hung isn't around. No one will be there to judge your reading tastes. The scroll at hand shows a line of small text. Non-standard reading material. Please return to its original place after borrowing. Do not let any Grove professor discover it. 10 exclamation marks. Seems that the scholars of the Grove, amidst their profound academic discussions, haven't forgotten their little hobbies. So which reading material will you peruse? My professor can't wait, oh my god, wait. Okay, can I look at all of them? Forbidden Love, The Tree and the Butterfly. She wandered through the flower sea, searching for a glimpse of those fluttering butterfly wings, but without success. Sire, I've heard that every flower has its own florography. Generally speaking, that perception is correct. She heard the voice, but couldn't see the speaker, yet Cersei's paid it no mind. She calmly responded to her most special student while scanning her surroundings. What is your florograph? I can speak. I said it earlier. I'm afraid I'm not a flower, but a tree. Evidently, this answer failed to satisfy the other party. A sound mingled with dissatisfaction and disappointment reached her ears, prompting her to add another remark. Well, if we're just speaking metaphorically, I suppose it could be intelligence. However, her objective was nearly accomplished. It should be around here somewhere. Now she just needed to find some bait to draw her out. Intellectual, yet also romantic? Perhaps it's because I hibernate? You see, in my long dreams, I've made promises to countless lovers. Really? The butterfly-winged girl suddenly rose from the thicket before Cersei, startling her slightly. After all, at this moment, the distance between them was virtually non-existent. Gazing directly at Nestia's face, allowing the light reflecting from her lips to pass through her eyes. A hint of crimson flashed across Cersei's face, almost imperceptible to onlookers. Of course, her composure wavered for only a moment, then Cersei wrapped her arms around the girl's waist and, as if pulling up a radish from the ground, gently lifted her from the flower thicket. Of course not. Caught you now. Placing her on the ground, the giant tree's incarnation gently stroked the butterfly's wings with the edge of her leaves, confirming the other normal state before slowly withdrawing. So, now, will you tell me, why have you been avoiding me? Would you two please refrain from frolicking in my Antilia garden? A cold voice unseasonably interrupted their thoughts. Indeed, for the garden's master, the incarnation of death, such lively atmosphere was truly something akin to a natural enemy. Sorry, we'll leave at once. Thank you for listening to my troubles, Madame Thanatos. Sir, let's return to the grove. Sorry, Than, for troubling you. Honestly, you two are... Alas, but Cersei's... You must be aware by now, right? A bitter sensation spread in her mouth once more. Cersei's remained silent, merely nodding as she bid farewell to her old friend. On the way back to the grove, Nestia remained completely silent. After one unsuccessful attempt to question her, Cersei struggled to find another opportunity to speak and simply focused on the path ahead. Voices of gossip reached them, causing irritation. A genius? So what? She's just like... so terrifying. A stern figure approached rapidly. It was the source of the irritation. Nestia offered Cersei a smile and turned and walked away. Blank cast a sharp glance in the direction of the butterfly-winged girl's departure, then shifted his gaze back to Cersei's. First came perfunctory reports and spiritless small talk, then escalation to arguments that resembled personal attacks. Do you truly understand? I don't need to. Let me to be direct, Cersei's. To romance a student? Even your own creation? Don't you find that Pow! This is the first time the embodiment of reason allowed emotions to govern her mind. The sensation left on her palm felt as if it would scorch through to the heart of the tree. From nearby came the sound of running footsteps, familiar yet somehow strange. Cersei's wanted to give chase immediately, but the words echoing in her ears tripped her steps. She was indeed somewhat distracted, allowing the girl's image to surface and fade in her mind repeatedly. When her resolve crystallized, the third curtain fall hour had slipped by. The personification of the giant tree approached. The gilded chrysalis cried her beloved's name. Oh my god, I cannot talk. Then stilled as if she had frozen. The traces left by the butterfly-winged girl who dwelled here were all but erased. Upon the folate desk lay words, a maiden's first and final love letter. I love you, Cersei's. I've already received the graduation gift after all. So forget me. Oh. The Flame Reaver responsible. Ooh, my professor can't possibly be this shy. Sorry I'm late. I used the power of Cognos Bloom to climb over the vines, rushing to the classroom and nervously pulling open the door, only to make eye contact with the person I had an appointment with. The professor, barely over 30, was leaning casually against the stone lectern, loose and relaxed. The scholar's robe gleamed brightly in the dim light of the Evernight, giving off an almost divine aura. The first class and already late. Looks like someone is eager to meet Thanatos. In other words, this was our first one-on-one lesson, and I just totally blew it from the start. Probably even Cersei's would have felt embarrassed looking at such a sorry scene. Luckily, I'd already come up with a plan. Sorry, Professor, I'll do anything to make it up to you. Anything. Well, please, I hope you'll be lenient. At these words, the professor's face broke into a charming smile. Then, I want you to teach me. Wait, Professor? I want you to break down the points in this paper, word by word, and explain them to me slowly. Although there was no mirror here, I could guess that my face had turned red from the sudden and direct request. But Professor, I'm just a student intern. Isn't it a bit too early for me to do something like this? I finally worked up the courage to say it. Do you want me to waste the lesson I prepared, you fool? At least wait until after class. If that's what you'd prefer, then fine, but don't forget, I still haven't forgiven you, so what should we study first today? Why don't we peruse this academic journal? I think they recently published a paper on the patterns of natural numbers. Sounds good. Come on, let's have a look. The research paper was immensely valuable, but I couldn't even grasp the basic arguments, as I was too deeply engrossed in the professor's sharp gaze. He looked so rational when he was immersed in numbers, nothing less than I'd expect from the professor I cherished so much. After that, we experienced an enriching lesson. We wandered through the classical literature exhibition, eagerly absorbing the newly compiled Titan Faith studies. Finally, we lingered in the dreams woven by the latest works of Erythrocheimism school. So much so that we completely forgot. Good luck. I can't read. That's rough, guys. That's rough. The bell signaling the curtain fall hour rang, and we looked at each other. Class was over. More than once I had resented time for its seemingly linear flow, yet I remained powerless to interfere with it. The professor looked at me and paused for a moment as if making some kind of decision, then muttered, "Take out your paper. I'll help you revise it." Really? You mean it? Yes, you are a student I take great pride in. I've been considering this for some time. Professor, let me understand your thoughts, your research, your everything. No further words were needed. Two seekers of knowledge driven by instinct began their deep exploration of ideas. At that moment, we had yet to realize that after this lesson, another name would appear in the acknowledgments of the paper. And in the end, this would be the very spark that led to the founding of our academic symposium. The Express? Well, phone. What? What the heck? One Punch God. Aquila. Brushing off the dust that had settled on him, he adjusted his attire and stood firm facing the giant eagle in a tense standoff. Heh. So you think you're something special just because you've defeated the silent Gyarados? Gyarados? What? Mortal, heed my advice. The God King remained silent, gazing into Aquila's 1,000 eyes. Slowly he raised his right arm, 4 fingers pressed together, and with a simple motion, he lightly waved at the colossal being before him. Arrogant fool, you will pay the price for your insolence. Aquila's fury erupted, their towering form radiating intense heat. In an instant, their massive wings vibrated at the imperceptible speed. 1,000 razor-sharp feathers shot forth like swords, hurtling straight towards the God King. Or toward the God King. As everyone knows, the feathers of the Sky Titan can pierce through iron and steel, let alone mortal flesh. Their sheer density left no room to evade. The violent storm of lethal blades closed in, and time itself seemed to freeze. Aquila enhanced their reflexes, predicting the movements of this arrogant little thief before them. Noticing the God King shifting his stance, Aquila mused. He had only 2 choices. He could push off the ground to evade left or right, or stand firm and brace for impact. But either way, it would be futile. The feathered blades would shift with the wind, altering their trajectory. No matter how swift his movements, they would follow him relentlessly. But who could have predicted the God King never intended to dodge? He pushed forward instead, seizing the first incoming feather blade between 2 fingers. With a swift turn, he carved a spiral through the air and hurled it back at supersonic speed. The feather blade curved with the wind, piercing deep into the storm. Without the slightest deviation, it collided tip to tip with another razor-sharp steel feather. Ding! The deflected feather veered to the sides upon impact, colliding with others and further altering their trajectories. Ding! The sharp clashing of feathers rang out in an irregular rhythm, chain reaction unfolding until the force of the final feather was dissipated, scattering harmlessly into the air. With just a single seized feather, the God King had nullified the entire storm of blade-like wings. Aquila was shocked. How could a mere mortal possess such divine skill? Yet, as a being of godly essence, they did not allow themselves to be shaken. Seizing the moment as the scattered feathers clouded their vision, they swiftly brought down their claws, sharp as steel greatswords, aiming to the end in a aiming to end the battle in a single decisive strike. Boom! The massive claw struck dead center where the God King stood, the sheer force of impact carving a deep crater into the ground. No. Something felt off. Aquila's mind raced. This sensation was strange. Had it missed, or... They focused their gaze only to witness the impossible. Their enormous razor-sharp claw, many times larger than the God King himself, was caught. Held effortlessly in a single hand, as if the God King were merely grasping a piece of cutlery. The countless white feathers drifting through the air painted an eerie contrast against the battlefield's deadly stillness. The once mighty and untouchable giant eagle found itself frozen in shock. For the first time in 1,000 years, muttering in disbelief, they said, "Impossible!" Even... I don't know, man. I don't know. When fighting me, could do nothing but evade beneath my iron claws, yet you, what in the world are you? Haven't you already figured out the answer? A mere mortal, nothing more. You cocky little... Aquila attempted to retract their claw, but under the God King's grip, it was as if frozen in place, completely immobile. Their expression darkened. Seeing this, the God King seemed to smile. He clenched the fingers of his free hand and then, at a speed even a Titan's vision could not perceive. With full force, he swung his fist. Boom! In an instant, the divine body shattered. A tidal wave of force shook the heavens, sending tremors through the divine steel forged walls, cracking them in multiple places. The sacred temple teetered on the brink of collapse. From this moment on, the celestial realm would exist no more. The people of Amphoreus would no longer endure the tyranny of the heavens, and all of this was made possible by the God King's mighty blows. No, by a single punch. The distant Titan gods sensed the fall of their comrade and erupted into furious howls. Was there no one who could stop him? How could his advance ever be shaken? What they did not realize was that even one as mighty as the God King was still bound by the desires of mortals. Just as before the battle began, he once again adjusted his attire. Congratulations, you have reached your end, Aquila. You are strong enough to be worthy of the name Sky Titan. He ignored the crumbling stone walls behind him and strode toward the temple's exit. His steps were steady, yet the disappointment on his face was unmistakable. But your only flaw was failing to make this satisfying for me. Next issue on hiatus. Oh no.
I wonder what Finan and Mem were reading. Let's take a closer look.
Oh, we could have read that, like, later, I think. Oh, optionals? Fine on. Mem's the one we gotta really go to. What you looking at?
Well, I thought I felt a draft just now. Peeking isn't polite, my friend.
Are you reading something you shouldn't be?
In front of you all. That would be pretty careless. Here, look, I'm reading this. Antiques Appraisal. How to make a fortune.
Maybe it's time to find a different side gig.
No way. I've invested almost all my savings into this hobby. I've spent a lot of time pondering how Aglaia became such an effective leader. Beyond the intangible qualities like personality and ethics, a major reason is her family wealth. That's the perk of growing up in a big city, isn't it? For those of us in the sticks, luck doesn't come as easily. It's 30% grind, 70% fate. Oops, talk too much. As a leader, you need both integrity and integrity and skill.
Uh-huh. And wealth. I mean skill. All right, Mem, what are you up to?
Month of cultivation, curtain fall hour, a time to feast on grains, a poor time for fishing. Oh, but then again, are there even any spots left to fish in Amphoreus these days?
Please don't. Please don't add fishing. Don't do it to me. All my other games have been fishing and fishing and fishing. What are you looking at? Are you into fishing?
You scared me! Bursting into someone's world like that can really catch them off guard. Well, no more jokes. There's nothing here. I'll go look elsewhere.
Something's odd about Mem. What are they flipping through?
Oh, these cards are so detailed and fine. Ruler, weaver, traveler, healer.
Traveler.
But the interpretation for each card is so long. Do I have to memorize them all?
You know what? Ruler fits me pretty well.
What a coincidence! We meet again. Guess we're fated to be together, huh? But you must be busy, so I won't bother you for now. Hope your day, every day, is joyful.
So suspicious. Not like their usual self.
Mem, what are you doing?
completely helpless against your charm.
What are you guys chatting about? Is this the Amphoreus Divination Compendium?
Why are you here too?
Sorry, seeing you two chasing each other around, I suddenly found my book not that appealing anymore. I thought Mem would be into divination. But it's not exactly a niche hobby. So why all the secrecy?
I wanted to set up a surprise. Master it in secret and give you all a shock. But getting caught halfway through, it's only natural I'd feel shy. A girl's heart is more delicate than Aquila's ever-changing moods.
A surprise, huh? Someone else used to tell me the same. She was really good at stargazing and divination, especially with cards. Yeah, just like the ones you're looking at.
And you must be pretty familiar with all sorts of divination techniques with a friend like that.
No, I know nothing about it. I've never really believed in using cards or bones to predict the future. If the good omens foretold by divination were true, my hometown, Ides Elysiae, wouldn't have disappeared. Don't forget, we've got Lady Trina. Every other form of divination is just smoke and mirrors or cleverly rehearsed tricks compared to her flawless prophecies.
Little faith in these things isn't bad sometimes. Should be approached with a critical eye. You know, I'm not into stuff like that very much, but I do think they're fun. I think it's just fun, you know? Nothing wrong with it.
To me, divination could be a power that guides our spirits. Fate always casts a shadow in front of us, clouding our view of the future. That's why people turn to divination. It's just to find a small reason to give them courage to face the unknown.
You really thought about this, haven't you? What if divination predicts something bad?
Divination is only meaningful when there are both good and bad outcomes. Even bad omens serve as guidance. They can help keep us alert, right?
Strange. That person I knew used to say similar things. Looking back, whenever she interpreted a card for me, I couldn't help but feel uneasy. Even though I never believed in the outcomes. Maybe it was her tone. Cyrene. She could paint a complete fantasy so vividly, it utterly captivated me as a child. Right, I still carry a card she once used. Do you want to see it?
Yes. Oh.
Oh, wow! It's so exquisite! I'd love to have a card like that.
That's straight up him. Specific mems tech. Those mitts up to the task?
Oh, now that you mention it, yes. It would be even better if it were made of, say, crystal.
Speaking of which, partner, there's something I haven't shared with you all. Remember our first trip to the Temple of the Three Fates? The riddle that Orin exposed to us?
Who dare?
Who's there?
Who dat? Oh, hey, it's these guys.
You are...
Assassin, save me. Nice cosplay. Eyes peeled, everyone. I like nice cosplay.
These folks are up to no good.
Black clothing. Masks decorated with golden blood. Are they cleaners?
What?
To directly call us by our name, it seems you, Lord Finan, have studied the forgotten history of Amphoreus quite thoroughly.
What's being cleaned? Clothes or cars?
Your friend seems quite interested in us. Perhaps you could explain, Lord Finan. It would be the polite thing. We can't let our esteemed guests pass away without understanding.
We're not passing away, sir. You are.
During the Chrysos War, to combat the Chrysos heirs, several cities formed an underground assassin squad called the Cleaners. Their task was to erase anyone with golden blood from existence. Assassination, poisoning, political persecution. They would do anything to achieve their objective.
Well, this historical perspective seems biased, glossing over the Chrysos heirs' abuse of divine powers and their blatant initiation of war in order to defame our predecessors. Could you disclose the name of the author behind this popular legend, Lord Finan? I'd hate for the innocent children of Akama to be tainted by such slanted narratives.
You should have stayed buried in the dust of history. The Citizens' Assembly has once again legitimized the mission of the Chrysos heirs. But as for you, not one citizen would cast their vote for you. Executioners lurking in the shadows.
What does it matter? We've long since stopped expecting to be understood. People have become too accustomed to peace, and they've forgotten the disasters that arose from allowing generations of the Chrysos heirs to rule.
Complete nonsense. Did you really travel all the way to the Grove just to have an argument?
I enjoy dealing with people as straightforward as you, Lord Finan. You've probably figured out why we've come before you.
Just a handful of you here. Who do you think you're fighting? If it's a fight you want, let's get on with it. Enough chit-chat.
Keep your cool, partner. They've come out of the shadows, which suggests they have something up their sleeves. All right, let's hear it. What are you hiding? But watch your language and don't say anything you might regret. My shoulders might be sore and my sword a tad dull, but it's still enough to slice off your tongues.
Damn. Sir. Oh, and now what? Oh, we are not back to Don Hung. Hi, Scene!
How's it going, Cinny?
Scene!
This place fits, doesn't it?
That's cute.
It's a bit small, but the lighting is perfect.
Thank you, Lady Treeby. With this, the Twilight Courtyard can be reborn in Akama.
They're both so cute.
Do you like it here too, little Ika?
You do, Ika. Oh.
It's so bright here. Maybe you should rename it? How about Luminous Courtyard?
Lady Treeby makes a good point. But Twilight Courtyard carries the long history of the descendants of the sky, and I'd like it to continue.
I want like a plushie of little Ika, but I want it to feel like... think like Beanie Baby feel. Not as small as a Beanie Baby, but like that size, but like that feel of it when you hold it, you know?
Right. How does the legend go again?
Even Lady Treeby forgets things.
We just haven't prepared lessons in a while now, so we're a bit rusty. Just give us some time and we'll remember.
Dude, remembering things couldn't be me.
Now we remember. Kremnos and the Firmament, Volume 3, Section 5. With Seliosi, the Day Thunder Knight, striking down the Eye of Twilight, the divine war between Nikador and Aquila, which spanned centuries, came to an end. Thereafter, the Skyfolk gradually declined. Numerous sky fortresses were abandoned, and their descendants began to establish themselves on the land. Finally, those descended from Seliosi the Day Thunder Knight were welcomed by the scholars under Circes and established the Twilight Courtyard in the Grove. The historical records seem slightly at odds with our memories. But the details from that time have become somewhat hazy to us.
Oh, I forgot. For Lady Treeby, history is more than just words on a page. It's something you've personally lived through.
Mm-hmm. Little Ika's so cute.
Little Ika loves listening to the stories from the legends. I'm sure you're also imagining one day you'll be as awe-inspiring as the winged beasts by Seliosi's side. That day will come. I believe it. Just keep growing.
Oh, hey.
Lord Crediros?
Miss Hyacinth
For a second, I thought we were literally gonna flash over to somebody else.
and Lady Treeby. Good to see you're doing all right. I heard from the citizens you were nearby and came to check.
Doing all right. What's going on, Crediros?
There's been another violent incident at the market. A shop was smashed and looted. It's the third time this week.
How can this be? I always thought that with Lady Aglaya here, Akama would remain peaceful.
That was true in the past. But these days, forgive my bluntness, her senses may not be as sharp as they once were.
Aggie.
In my opinion, malevolent forces have noticed the slack in the Golden Threads and are now plotting to exploit the opportunity.
The Citizens' Assembly just wrapped up. Why is there still unrest?
The Chrysos heirs won by only one vote, Lady Trevi. From my years of experience, a narrow victory often walks hand in hand with unrest.
Trouble. Miss Hyacinth. Trouble. Clementine. Take a breath. What's going on? Please. Something terrible has happened at Marmorial Palace.
What is it, Doctor? Calm yourself and talk us through.
Lady Aglaya. It's Lady Aglaya who's in trouble.
Uh-oh. Everybody's in trouble today, and we're all separated.
I still remember. This bath that overlooks the entire palace was built by the Council of Elders 900 years ago. Its purpose was to commemorate the first flame chase journey, and to remember the heroes who made great sacrifices for Amphoreus a millennium ago. Rules were set then. No one was allowed to enter, apart from guests invited by the Gold Weaver. But
There's a lot of these cleaners.
you're no longer pretending to follow the rules, are you, Lady Kindness?
Ooh.
Aglaya, Aglaya, you ageless witch, hiding behind a divine facade to deceive mortals. We've been far too kind with you.
Kind? There's no need to use such a word to cover up your incompetence.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
Anaxagoras humiliated all of you before the citizens. If you still had any shred of shame, you'd throw yourselves from Dawn Cloud at the curtainfall hour to salvage the last fragments of your dignity.
Demigod, why not gaze into the water's reflection and see the wretched face you wear now? These days you're not only blind, but also deaf. The cleaners were born for this moment. When all orders, rules, and laws fail to restrain you, it's time for the dagger to pass judgment.
If you're in such a hurry, give it a try.
Going toe-to-toe with a demigod? We're not that foolish.
Okay, then what are you?
The dagger isn't at your throat, but...
Are you serious?
Your gravest accusation is that my humanity is fading. And you claim my concern for mortal joys and sorrows is nothing but a facade. If that accusation holds, what makes you think the lives of these civilians will sway me in the slightest?
Fine. I'll gladly use a few more words to shatter that demigod facade of yours. Like I said, you're not only blind, but deaf too. Lately, your control over Akama has weakened. You failed to notice the thefts we arranged in the market, nor did you catch wind of the meetings happening in the Dromus workshop. Plots are unfolding right under your nose, yet you remain indifferent. Humanity? Fading? Aglaya, why not use your precious golden thread to peer into my thoughts? See if the gift we've so meticulously prepared for you can move that cold demigod heart of yours.
In this moment, I only regret not being more ruthless. Because your evil is beyond cure.
You finally figured it out. You have grown dull. I've been holding that image in my mind this whole time to make sure you could see it clearly.
I want you to have this knucklebone talisman, Big Sis. I hope it brings you luck every day and keeps you safe from bullies.
That girl who can't speak or hear. What if she accidentally lost her eyes too? You know better than anyone what it feels like to lose your sight. Imagine if 1,000 years ago you, already blind, had also lost your voice and hearing in your youth. Would you still have become the Aglaya you are today? Look at those broken, pleading eyes. How disappointing. We overestimated your cunning. If this plan fails, we still have dozens of splendid parting gifts prepared. Demigod, would you like to hear about them?
I don't know why we're still talking. Slice them. Slice them and dice them right now, girl.
I thought I could buy some more time. In these 1,000 years, I've witnessed the fall of 10 titans. From my naive arrogance at the beginning to slowly learning how to guide others. Now, it's time to let go. I should be grateful. Grateful that I've reached this moment. To let my departure become a path for others to follow. Have I done enough? If I embrace that prophecy now, and sink into the warmth of these waters, will the wandering wind stop to mourn me, Cyphra?
What's the point of being a strong-ass demigod if you can't do anything and save people? What the fuck?
Seamstress! I've come as promised. Look at this box full of gold and silver treasures. I bet there's stuff here you've never seen. Come on. As we agreed, I want to buy the most valuable clothes you have.
Little thief! You've got some nerve, barging into my shop dressed in those tattered rags. What have you wrought? Let me see.
Here, take a look. Only the finest goods. See the sapphire? It's even more blue than Fagusa's eyes.
Such exquisite luster. I've only seen an ocean's tear of this quality in my mother's treasury.
Wait. You've seen one before. And here I thought I'd leave you speechless. What a letdown.
It's just an old memory. My family estate all burned to ashes long ago. This workshop is what I built from scratch.
Wow. A daughter rebuilding her family business. How admirable.
Her little attitude.
Enough with the jokes. At least you did get to enjoy those luxuries.
Mind your manners, kitty. Tell me, Cyphra, where did you come from? And how did you acquire these treasures?
I won them fair and square in a bet. What? Do you doubt me? Speak up, seamstress. Give me a straight answer. Do you want these or not?
Strange. You're clearly lying to my face. But my golden thread doesn't tremble at all.
That's because I'm not lying. I've been telling the truth from the start.
Is that so? The scars and the mud stains on your face tell another story.
Come on. Can't we just do business without all this chatter? Don't worry. I didn't leave any evidence, so no one will bother you.
How can I trust a word you say when you're so skilled at lying?
Dealing with you rich people is such a pain.
Rich people.
Always wasting
You rich
my
people.
time. Fine, if you don't want it. There are plenty of others who do.
Hold on. Your treasure? I'll accept it. But these alone aren't enough to purchase the Gold Weaver's finest clothes. That said, I do have something that would suit you perfectly.
What do you
Not the
have in
clothes
mind?
she's wearing now.
Look,
Oh.
come a bit closer.
Oh, it's shimmering gold. Absolutely stunning.
These golden boots are the Gold Weaver's greatest treasures. Though not as valuable as the most precious gowns, they hold a magical power. Legend has it that Zagreus blessed these boots, allowing anyone who wears them to move swiftly and silently. Put them on, Cyphra. And don't get caught again. A face as lovely as yours deserves better protection.
You rich folks.
Just love sticking your noses in everything, don't you? Well, I'm taking these now, so don't get any second thoughts.
What's wrong?
Do you have a smaller size? These are way too big for me.
Well, I suppose you'll have to grow into them.
Oh yeah, one of these.
Me in the middle of my story? Fake? What's fake?
Those boots definitely don't hold Zagreus' divine power. You're Amphoreus' most cunning liar, and even you were fooled by a Glyad.
Watch your mouth, or I'll feed you to the fish in the river of souls. Weren't you curious how I got tangled up with that seamstress?
Weren't those
Well,
boots like a
now you know.
little
Satisfied.
big for little Cypher?
I didn't expect such a simple story. How disappointing. But, boss lady, there's a chance Aglaia wasn't trying to trick you?
You're defending her.
No. I just think the story's so moving, it'd be a shame to ruin it with a lie. If I could cry, I'd be in tears right now.
Mm-hmm.
Good thing you've still got a sharp tongue, or you'd have been stuck guarding someone's front door ages ago. Enough chit-chat. Let's take a look at this place. The city of Styxia. Look how beautiful she is. Let me take a good sniff of this air.
Okay.
This air, it's filled with the scent of treasure everywhere. Wonderful, just wonderful. Thanks to Castorus and Grey Mystery, the ancient city's barrier was finally dispelled. Now that I think about it, helping them was well worth it. Time for treasure hunting, Barto! Lead the way, and whatever we find, we'll split 80-20.
The 80-20, of course.
Well, I have a suggestion. How about 70-30 instead?
Listen closely. Do you hear that? The gnawfish in the River of Souls are growling with hunger.
80-20 is. How generous you are, boss lady Cypher.
Boss lady Cypher.
Anyway, what's with all this water? It's damp, cold, and miserable here. I hate it.
I hate it.
Ooh, the mighty demigod of trickery. Uneasy around water.
You wouldn't understand. The people of Dolos are talented in many ways. Just, not in swimming. Why don't we have a race? Long distance, sprint, or laps? Take your pick.
What's got you so worked up?
The water.
Relax. Who would have thought the fearless Lady Cypher was afraid of water?
Mm-hmm.
Hate getting wet. What's so hard to understand about that? Now, hurry up and figure out a way across. or I might have to reconsider our split.
Don't rush me! Let me take a look around! Got it! Let's use that thing! Come on! Follow me, boss lady!
Not a good imitation. I'll play along. Let's see where this goes, Bartolos.
Wait, then who is it?
Tell me, how did you hunt for treasure when I wasn't around, boss lady?
Trying to trick me into saying something. Not a chance.
That's not what I meant then. Also not what I meant. I don't know for this team if she's like the bestest, but you know.
Ooh, interesting. Very interesting.
Was this device designed by priests of Ornyx? Do you think you can handle it?
Don't underestimate me, boss. Just find a cozy dry corner and wait for me. Mission accomplished. Now you don't have to worry about your tail getting wet.
Not bad, but just a warning. If this thing fails while we're halfway through the water...
Don't worry, trust me. For that sweet 20% cut of the loot, I'll make sure you're taken care of.
Oh wait, my bad.
Huh. This feels truly magical. When did you pick up this trick? We're here. Can we turn off this spotlight now? It's really blinding.
No problem. Just use the device over there to shut it off.
The scent of gold coins, gems, and fine leather. It's so refreshing. The treasures in this ancient city are all floating back up thanks to gray mystery and that pink squirrel.
Pink squirrel.
Right here. What are you waiting for? Start digging.
Roger that. Watch me.
Wow! That's a huge chest. Move over. I want to open it myself.
80-20.
Wow. A massive haul. Unbelievable. It's hard to imagine the kind of luxurious life the people of Styxia once led. As expected for a realm of Fagusa's disciples. This entire chest is filled with ornaments made from ocean's tears. Here, take this. See if it suits you.
Thanks for the gift, boss. Much appreciated. Look at the clarity of this purple crystal.
Purple crystal.
Matches my skin tone perfectly. Oh, safer. You truly have the most refined taste of all of these in Amphoreus. Let me try this on. Where is my treasure?
How long have we known each other? I can't believe you still fall for this.
This is... How could I have forgotten about this? I'll believe it is true, and a lie becomes reality. What a convenient ability.
The demigod of trickery's divine gift. Far more practical than any golden thread or teleporter.
I don't know about more practical than a teleporter, but...
Alright, enough fooling around. Here's the real thing. Lead the way.
Cipher rules. I've already pinpointed the next scroll of treasure. Starting navigation. Boss lady, we're set to make a fortune this time. Got any plans on how to spend it?
Of course. Spend nothing. Have you forgotten my silly prophecy?
Whoa! Isn't that like...
Uh-huh. with this thing. Hey! If you don't want the trickery to be exposed, you'd better start by keeping your mouth shut. What do you say?
But lady, you're absolutely right. I'll be careful with my words. Here we go round the river of souls. Spirit they go, spirit they go.
There's a big guy guarding this place.
Yeah, big.
Oh.
Look at its face. Oh my, how could something be so ugly?
Yeah, so ugly. Ugly enough to make even me, a little imp without a digestive system, feel nauseous.
If that ugly brute messes up my face, even the stoic Talantin might end up shedding a tear.
Indeed, that would be heartbreaking. Clearly running away is a sensible choice.
So, how about you take the front? I'll attack from the side.
Right. Fleeing fits a rogue nature. Huh?
Well, I got to use one thing before the fight.
You can't run.
It smells of...
I'll take it off.
I'm just a frail scholar. Insanity.
Found me.
Look, with this divine power, I reforge all things.
Curiosity. Endless riddle. Nothing but a void. Open sesame. Glimpse the unknown.
Such an ugly and useless creature, taken down with just a couple of hits. How boring. Hey, Bartolos.
You still alive?
Give us a squeak if you are.
Yeah! I mean, squeak!
Look at you, all shaken up. Can't handle even this bit of action. Should be safe here now. Get to work.
Aye, boss lady Cypher.
It doesn't smell like anything valuable this time. Since we've already dug it up, let's open it and see. Huh. Is this?
Month of Balance Day. Blink. The 3 more neighboring households moved away today. The tide has risen higher than ever before, already reaching the 5th step of the stone stairway to our residence. The priest insists it's merely seasonal high tide that will soon recede, but having lived in Styxia for 30 years, I've never witnessed water levels like this. Leandro from the harbor went fishing 3 days ago and reported that the seawater had become unusually turbid, appearing as if mixed with ink. Beneath the surface, he glimpsed strange shadows, not human in form yet, possessing distinct outlines. After returning, he developed a high fever and has remained bedridden since. The city's feasts have grown increasingly frenzied. Grand celebrations that once occurred only during the month of joy now happen almost daily. At the Anzo family's banquet last night, I witnessed 2 normally well-mannered women treading grapes barefoot, emitting strange laughter, and then directly drinking the dirt-laden juice. They claim to be mimicking Fagusa's ritual ceremonies, though I've never heard of such an absurd form of worship. Prices at the market have risen by 30%. The honey brew merchant reports that the brewing process has become exceptionally difficult lately. The yeast cultures mysteriously rot. Only by distilling with seawater collected directly from the harbor can they produce proper wine. Fortunately, our Doris remains lucid and has wisely advised us to minimize our consumption of the city's water and wine. Last night, strange music emanated from the harbor. It wasn't produced by any instrument, but seemed to rise from the ocean depths. The low, haunting melody sounded as if they were telling an ancient tale, compelling people to approach the shore. Several neighbors' children sleepwalked to the dock last night. They claimed to have seen the goddess in the water performing and wanted to get closer. The priests have forbidden all forms of musical performance and deployed soldiers to patrol the docks. For some reason, I can't shake the feeling that they're acting from fear rather than a genuine desire to protect us. Today I met Nora, the cloth merchant, at the market. She revealed that the situation in her district was far more dire than we had imagined. The spirit water pool in Fagusa's temple suddenly dried up 3 days ago, and despite their best efforts, the priests cannot replenish it. More alarming still, strange cracks have appeared on the wall behind the deity's statue, forming patterns or script that no one can decipher. Nora also shared a peculiar rumor. Some claim to have seen in their dreams a woman playing a lyre draped in black veils with eyes gleaming like seawater. She allegedly told dreamers that Styxia would soon face a great transformation and only those who hear her voice would be saved. Some city residents have begun referring to her as the prophetic sea musician, despite the priest's determined efforts to suppress such rumors. We finally decided to evacuate with our entire family. The seawater has reached the highest watermark at the dock, yet some remain oblivious, still immersed in endless revelry. Our family and the neighboring Milan household have decided to journey to Akuma together. Reportedly, the world-bearing Titan's protection extends there, and the tides of darkness have not yet invaded those lands. We plan to slip away quietly tonight from the northern dock exit. We pray to Fagusa for safe passage. We've been traveling for 3 days now. Last night, the Milan family's youngest child suddenly developed a high fever, continuously muttering strange phrases that resembled an ancient ballad. His father decided to take him back to the city for medical treatment, though we all know there is little hope to be found there. This morning, looking back at Styxia from the hillside, I was horrified to discover the entire city enveloped in a strange aura, with seawater shimmering with an unnatural blue radiance in the sunlight. From a distance, those magnificent buildings seemed to twist and distort in the water as if they were merely illusions. We encountered several other fleeing townspeople. They brought even more horrifying news. The seawater in Styxia has begun displaying strange colors and textures, sometimes thick as honey, other times solid as glass. Those who remain in the city have begun undergoing bizarre transformations. Even more disturbing is that at night, the entire city bathes in an indescribable glow as if enveloped by some gigantic amniotic membrane. They say that this is Fagusa's punishment, but I can't help wondering, is this the Titan's wrath or some power even greater than the Titans at work? We've decided to continue northward to Akuma along the way. We've heard rumors of someone named who can supposedly appease Fagusa's wrath, but these are merely legends fabricated by desperate people. We common folk can only rely on our own feet to flee this disaster. Tonight, after the children fall asleep, I secretly examined a small vial of seawater I brought from the city. It was the last drop collected from the spirit water pool in Fagusa's temple before we left. In the moonlight, it displays a strange shimmer, as if something moves within it, unlike any ordinary water. By chance, I discovered that gently tapping the vial with my fingertip produces a peculiar sound, like distant lyre notes echoing. In that moment, I seemed to glimpse a mysterious woman standing up the surface, sorrowfully playing a melody that no one could understand. I don't know if this was an illusion or reality, but if such a being truly exists, one who can hear the sorrows of Styxians, then as we embark on this uncertain journey, please grant us a flicker of hope, even if it's merely a beautiful dream. Akuma is now within reach. Taking one final glance back at my homeland, this beautiful scenery of old is nowhere to be seen, only distorted masses of light and shadow undulating on the sea level, resembling foam heaped by waves before dawn, dissolving one by one to gradually reveal its cold and true nature.
Probably not. I've never seen or heard of anyone from Styxia and Akuma. At least, I'm still left for Dolos. Guess this city wasn't so lucky. It does seem unfair, doesn't it? Just because they were born in the wrong place, they had to face such devastation. Meanwhile, those in Akama, simply because they're supported by the world-bearing Titan, continue to survive.
Yeah, the world just isn't fair, is it? Speaking of the world-bearing Titan, Cypher, didn't you tell me once you used to be an apprentice at Kephal's priestly court?
Huh. Did I?
Yeah, you definitely told me, and I remember it clearly. Maybe it's been so long your memory's gotten a little fuzzy.
Ah, right. I did tell you. It wasn't a big deal. I just snuck in with a bunch of mumbling priests and watched them do their spooky rituals around some glowing rock. Honestly, I was only interested in the wallets of the old grandpas on the council back then. Don't remember much else. It's been what? Nearly 1,000 years?
Oh, I see. But you in a priest robe? No, that's hard to picture.
Who asked you to picture that? Besides, priest robes from 1,000 years ago were nothing like the ones today.
Right. I didn't think about that. I was just curious if you ever overheard anything interesting from those priests.
How ridiculous. Come on, let's head to the next spot.
How ridiculous. Let's go.
Where did this roadblock come from? Ugh, this is so annoying. The treasure is right in front of us.
Oh dear, we're stuck here. But I have a plan. Should we call on that big, noisy, cumbersome hand of Zagreus?
Never thought
Zagreus?
that thing would actually come in handy.
Handy?
All right. Do you want to handle it?
Handle it? Goodness.
I don't need a controller. After all, you know.
Where that hand at? Oh. Okay. Hello? Was I supposed to use him to get here? Like, wait, what? Sir? What a waste. I ran over there for no reason at all.
Not bad. However, I still don't see how this ties into trickery.
Let's go!
Hey, slow down.
What did I ask?
You know, that question. The one you specifically asked me. Right after we dug up the second chest?
Forgive me, boss lady, but have you been under a lot of stress lately? I didn't ask anything. You must have imagined it.
Oh. Is that so? Maybe you're right. I have been a little on edge lately. I need to relax. All right, let's move on to the next treasure trove.
Treasure, let's go!
Twinkle, twinkle in my chest, how this core flame is the best. This scent feels like something incredible is buried here.
Incredible indeed! If even boss lady said so, how could I not be excited?
Do I need to give instructions here? Get digging.
What'd you find? Oh.
Isn't this
I guess I'm gonna have to do one of these.
golden scapegoat?
Been avoiding them.
Interesting.
Oh, isn't there a myth about this thing? Those who
Whatever. All I know is unlocking this gets us treasure. Here. This honor's all yours.
Puzzles and tricks are right up my alley. Just leave it all on me.
Except I'm gonna be the one doing it. Give me my treasure.
Told you, nothing can stop me. Cypher, it's your turn now.
Stop.
No?
Stay there and don't turn around.
Huh? What do you mean?
I told you. Don't move.
My poor old back. What are you doing?
Shh, quiet. Don't say anything unnecessary. That seamstress. She's listening.
What? Boss, do you mean?
Stay put and keep quiet. I'll handle her. Whoa, whoa! Seamstress. Getting sneaky, aren't we? Did you think I wouldn't notice your little spies lurking around me?
As time passes, I find myself leaning more and more on blind luck. With only the power of this little nymph. Naturally, I couldn't slip past your sharp eyes, Cyphera.
Even if you could fully control Bartolos's mind, I would still be able to see through your disguise. Aglaya. You've gone to such lengths to spy on my every move. What exactly are you after? I've told you before, you don't need me to succeed. Why don't you just let this go? I already made an exception and got involved with Castorus and Grey Mystery. Asking for more now. Isn't that pushing your luck a bit too far?
I'm sorry, Cyphera. I've plotted and schemed my whole life. But I never could have predicted our relationship would end up like this. I've spent centuries trying to figure out where I went wrong, replaying every moment over and over. But you've never given me a chance to explain myself, face to face.
Don't talk to me like that. You know I can't take it.
1,000 years ago, out of foolishness, I let my silence steal away the most beautiful sound I'd ever known.
My silence.
So this time, I must say this to you. Even if it's all in vain. I need you, Cyphera. The Chrysos Heir's mission needs you. The finale I've delayed for far too long. It's finally here. Whatever resentment you still hold against me will fade once I'm gone. Please, come back to Akama. I'm begging you. Without you, they don't stand a chance.
I'll think about it, seamstress. But stop watching me. Unless you want to lose me for good.
Don't worry. As much as I'd love to hear your voice again, to see your face, it seems that chance will never come. Goodbye, Cyphera. Goodbye, Aglaya.
Ah, what a shame. I thought there'd be some real treasure under that goat's head.
Turns out, everything in that chest was soaked in water from the River of Souls. Nothing valuable left. Those relics were once priceless. But time has eroded away all that they once were.
Aww, hearing that from you makes it sound so sad. Wait, why am I getting all sentimental? I haven't even processed what just happened. That horrible woman. When did she... Oh!
If you see her, let her know this. As demigods, we can't avoid our duties forever.
Could it have been back then when...
Do you remember now? Looks like you don't need me to jog your memory. She must have slipped that nymph into your pocket while you were distracted. Don't underestimate that bug. It's every bit as dangerous as the seamstress's golden thread. Let your guard down for even a second, and it might take over. Make you spill secrets you'd never share otherwise.
Whoa, that's like some brainwashing monster straight out of the Black Tide! Creepy. Boss, how did you realize something was wrong? I'm curious, what exactly did that nymph make me say?
Actually, it gave itself away very early on.
Speaking of the world-bearing titan, Cypher, didn't you tell me once you used to be an apprentice at Kefali's priestly court?
We've been partners in crime for 1,000 years. We've talked about everything there is to talk about. Except for that one experience at Dawncloud. I never told you about that. I absolutely wouldn't have shared that with anyone.
But, boss lady, there's a chance Aglaya wasn't trying to trick you?
And as far as I know, the embodiment of trickery despises that golden thread which forces people to speak the truth. You'd never defend Aglaya, isn't that right, Zagreus?
You have a terrifyingly sharp mind.
After all, I'm the only one in the world who knows you're still alive. To make sure you survive the Titan trial, I had to fool the entire world. If you want to keep that lie from falling apart, you'd better keep playing your part in the days ahead.
Even if it weren't for saving my worthless little life, I'd still walk through fire for Cypher without hesitation.
You may have been reduced to this form, but you still haven't lost your way with words.
Speaking of which, Cypher, you're not taking that wicked woman's words to heart, are you? Life's been pretty great lately. Why get into trouble now? Don't you think?
Honestly, I've been thinking. Maybe a trip back now wouldn't be too bad.
You're back again, so... Cyphera, your face.
I need clothes. Anything. Just throw me something. A piece of cloth will do. Just enough to cover the wounds.
Aww.
Pay back the amount I owe. I promise.
You're bleeding golden blood.
Yes. What about it? So what if I'm one of those Chrysosairs they talk about? Those infinitely strong heroes. World-renowned swordsmen. Exceptionally intelligent scholars.
Cyphera.
Oh, I'm sorry to disappoint. Who knew that group of amazing people would include me? A pauper. Thief. Con artist. Maybe I should just make another cut to drain all this yellow stuff out of me and...
Stop it, Cyphera.
Voice acting, pretty darn good.
I'll give you clothes. Warm you up and stay here. Stay in my workshop until you're healed.
Aren't you going to ask me how I got these wounds? Right. What's the use? I'm so good at lying. Even your golden thread can be fooled. If you can't verify the truth, why bother asking at all?
I don't need to ask. Nor do I need to use the golden thread. I know everything you do is for survival, at all costs. Stay here. You won't have to deal with the cold or go hungry again. Stay by my side, and you can start putting yourself back together.
Aren't you worried I'll ruin this place's reputation? Or that I might sneak off with your precious clothes and sell them?
I wouldn't have invited you if I were worried about those things.
You're weird, seamstress. You know, they say a child who often lies remains a liar for life. I've tried not to become a liar, but honestly, it's just too hard. I'm close to giving up. What makes you think I won't disappoint you?
Because I can feel it. Not with the power of a demigod, but with the heart that beats in my chest. You love this place. That's why you keep coming by, but also why you hesitate to stay longer. You worry you'll tarnish the Gold Weaver name.
You love this place? That's so cute.
After taking over Nestia's divine authority, I became used to letting the golden thread distinguish sincerity from falsehood. However, the mission I need to complete requires me to learn to trust and rely on my heart. Cyphera, you're an honest thing I've given to this world. And also a challenge the world has given to me. Stay here with me. You have a beautiful face that deserves better than to be covered in scars and grime.
You've got a way of talking that's hard to follow. All right, let's make it a deal. You have 1 day to change your mind. Once the action hour passes, there's no turning back.
Oh, where are we at? We're all getting attacked. These folks in black are not responding to provocations, nor do they seem intent on fighting. What exactly are they waiting for?
Pressure, fear, planting seeds of anxiety. It seems this is the strategy they've chosen.
An organization that sees it as their mission to eradicate the Chrysos heirs. I've read some chilling accounts, stories of the Cleaners using alchemical arts to implant fragments of memories into the successors, ensuring both identity and hatred live on.
But I know these stories are true. The kindness we know today, strictly speaking, is the 27th kindness. Objectively, the rise of the Cleaners was both inevitable and necessary. Yet their ruthless and twisted methods earned them nothing but disdain and condemnation from history.
And still, they endure, an organization persisting through time, now working tirelessly to obstruct the flame chase. Are they truly so terrified of the Era Nova the Chrysos heirs strive for?
Even in these crumbling end times, there are always those who find ways to profit from the chaos. To ask the vested interests to abandon their status, wealth, and ambitions in this world for a distant ideal may be no easier than creating a miracle.
Wonder where Drizel is now. If they're targeting me, she definitely won't escape their notice either. I hope all is well. Oh hey! Is that Lord Kratos?
There you are, Lord Donghung. We couldn't reach you on the teleslate, so the Holy City Guard almost assumed you two had met some terrible fate. You pests crawling in the shadows, back off. Your plot ends here. You played your hand. Run while you still can. It might be your only chance to survive. Stay away from Akama forever. If you set foot there again, the fury of its people will tear you apart. Because Aglaya is dead, and in the eyes of the Holy City citizens, her blood is on your hands.
How are we getting this before seeing Hyacine go see Aglaya? What did we... Wait. Oh no. Oh no. This is not where I thought we were gonna go.
Looks like she was wrong about you.
She? Are you talking about the mastermind behind all of this?
Well, she thought you were weak. She believed that even when you were facing the evil that you claimed to oppose, you'd hesitate to strike.
Misinterpreting mercy for weakness shows how arrogant and foolish your master is. They're still alive. With proper care, they'll pull through in a few days. But I must warn you, I haven't fought a human in ages. I can't guarantee I'll always be able to hold back. They're lucky they're still alive. If you feel as lucky as they are, try me.
Oh. You sound so cool.
Finon is seriously upset.
Get out of here. Don't show your face around us again. If your master wants to stop the flame chase journey, she'd better bring an army that makes Kremnos at its peak look like child's play.
I've said it more than once, Lord Finan. We're not here to start a fight. We came only to ensure you weren't anywhere else. While you were unaware, we already accomplished our mission. To buy time. So, Lord Finan, until next time.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. Anyone who uses innocent lives as bargaining chips has gone too far.
You think they have a chance?
Probably a desperate gamble. I guess the opposition within the Council of Elders is still desperately fighting to obstruct the flame chase journey. If the conspiracy is exposed, they'll be hunted down in the Holy City like rats with nowhere to run, no matter where they hide. Right, tell us late.
Tell us late. Ooh, group message. Global announcement due to force majeure. The World Wide Web operations will be temporarily suspended. Please stay calm and remain in your homes. What's going on? Local golden thread enabled for emergency internal communication only. Lady Goldweaver deceased. Please return to the Holy City at once.
Aglaya? Is this blasted? Those guys.
It must be a lie?
I've heard from more than one person it doesn't seem like a joke. Stay calm. This could just be one of her schemes. I won't believe it until I see it for myself.
Finon, what should we do now?
We go.
Of course. I'll contact Treeby and ask her to keep the citizens calm. We'll hurry back to Akama as fast as possible and assess the situation in the city. If we run into any enemies along the way, I won't be merciful this time.
Cartonis? Oh, you're forging a sword for Finan, aren't you? I haven't seen you wield the hammer in so long. I couldn't help but be entranced by the sight.
You, Aglaya, in this form you come to me. It means...
That's right. At this moment, my physical form is already shattered. My journey as a human in this world has come to an end. It's time to fulfill our pact.
Of course. The pact I haven't forgotten.
The thing I entrusted to you. Do you still have it?
Far too plain this vessel is. Not worthy of you. Do you still insist?
I insist. Over the past 1,000 years, every piece of fabric I've worked with has been tainted by by my cold divinity. It's made me hate their colors, texture, and scent. This ornament stands apart. It was a gift from a child. She was pure and kind. I often wished my childhood could have been like hers.
How to say goodbye to everyone? Have you already planned?
I'm afraid there's no such detailed plan this time. I deeply regret not being able to say farewell to them, one by one. The moment has come. My departure will give them one less thing to worry about. This parting gift should help ease the regret of such a sudden goodbye.
Invented for the Titans, Kremnos' soul-forging technology was.
Freaking Yoda.
No divinity it retains. Filtered out, the remnants of humanity will be. Is that what you want, Aglaya?
You've confirmed this with me repeatedly. Yes, Cartonis. I need you to do this for me. Condense my divinity into this ornament. It might still be useful in the future to help them complete their mission.
Selfless until the end. Envy that child, there's no need to. Already lived a grand life your humanity has.
Your praise puts my heart at ease, Grand Craftsman. Now, please, take me through the last tempering that fate has to offer.
Story is sad and good.
The city is silent, and tension is building with every passing second.
And it's like seeing all of our main characters dying, but they're not really dead. Exactly.
The news is probably spread by now. Every household is locked up tight, and all the market stalls have closed down temporarily.
Something about this feels like a scheme. Yeah, a little bit.
I hope so. I just can't believe she'd be taken down by a handful of assassins.
I think she jumped.
If this is all part of a larger plan, Trailblaze must know something. She just couldn't say it in the message. Let's go find her.
Alright, we're teleporting. Or not. That's pretty close. Or... yeah.
Dunham came back before us.
At least he's okay.
Maybe he's heard something.
Ah, you're back. How's everything? No injuries, I hope.
Don't worry. The cleaners didn't lay a hand on us. Lord Kratos, were you in the city when it happened? What exactly went down?
Regrettably, no one knows the details of that moment. Eyewitnesses only saw...
It's fine. Just tell me.
Eyewitnesses at the Memorial Palace saw Aglaya fall from the Chrysos airbath.
Oh, God.
She showed no signs of life by the time the Holy City Guards approached to check. They were too afraid to jump to conclusions. After all, she was a demigod who lived for over 1,000 years, the leader of the Chrysos heirs. Most citizens of the city believed that death couldn't touch her. She was pierced through the heart by a uniquely crafted dagger. I saw it for myself. It's one of the weapons carried by the cleaners.
He really was assassinated.
No, that doesn't make sense. The ones who appeared in the grove and those who confronted Dunhung in the Abyss didn't immediately resort to violence. They were just watching and trying to intimidate. They didn't have any reason nor the courage to attack Aglaya. Perhaps.
Speculating blindly won't help. Let's go find Lady Truby as she understands Aglaya's mind best.
I'll stay here to lead the guards and maintain order. Find out what happened, but don't take too long. With Aglaya gone, someone has to take her place and lead Akama. Also, Miss Hyacinth was the one who declared Aglaya dead. You might want to speak with her.
Thank you, Lord Crateros.
I'll stay here to lead the guards, and also Miss Hyacinth was...
The baths are empty.
Well, yeah. I just missed some text. Okay, I mean... fine, I'll walk there. Everybody's like, we'll walk there, but I'm running.
Hyacinth.
You're back.
We heard from Crateros. Are you all right?
I'm fine. I've been staying close to Lady Treeby and Lady Trinan after the incident. It's great that you could come back so quickly. They need someone with them now.
How are the two of them holding up? Oh. I can't even huggle her when I'm sad. She's just like, no.
Yes, we witnessed her final moments. I tried to treat her immediately, but even the sky's blessings, declaring her death was the hardest thing I've ever had to do as a doctor. Lord Finan, don't push yourself. You're carrying a heavier burden now. Please, don't fall.
It's fine. I can handle it. What I've lost is a mentor and a comrade in arms. But for Treeby and Trinan, they've lost a 1,000-year-old bond. Like they're losing a part of their lives. You should rest, Hyacinth. You've been awake for a long time, haven't you? We'll handle things from here.
Okay. See you later, everyone.
Next, we should visit Lady Treeby.
The way he's like heavily and slowly speaking is... ooh, it's very good. It's killing me, but it's very good. Oh.
Snowy. Little Gray. You're back.
Lady Treeby,
Snowy, don't. Please don't apologize to us.
There needs to be more hugging in this game.
You went to the grove to prepare yourself for the threats to Akama. You didn't do anything wrong, so don't be hard on yourself. We were always by Aggie's side throughout this long journey. So, we understood her thoughts better than anyone. She knew she wouldn't see the end of the Flame Chase journey. Yet, she gave everything without hesitation. For the future of everyone.
I know what Aglaya expected of me. Right now, the last thing Akama needs is a leader wallowing in self-pity.
The scroll over there was entrusted to us by Aggie. She instructed us to hand it over to you when the time was right.
Man, do I have to read more?
I think now's the right time.
So you really don't have to take the medicine anymore? No need, teacher. Medicine can only steady my flesh, cannot stop the decay of my soul. I've already borrowed too much time from this world, and now the time is up. Now is the best time for my exit. Please don't cry on my account, teacher. I have a final selfish request. Can you lend me an ear? I wish for my death to be quiet and gentle. I hope that my lifeless body will not be exposed to the eyes of the teacher. I have faced too many changes in my lifetime, but in the pursuit of one thing alone, I have remained unchanged for 1,000 years. It's beauty, isn't it? Huh? That's right, teacher. Beauty. Aggie, do you think Snowy is ready? 1,000 years ago, when I took up the core flame of Nestia, do you think I was ready then, teacher? Born into this era, we had no choice but to grow amidst the raging waves, not set sail after everything was prepared. Finally, he will understand, he will grasp the duty I've left to him. He is mature enough now, no longer blinded by anger or hatred.
Vinan, my humble student, my trusted colleague. As I write this, you are locked in a battle of words with the Council of Elders, fighting for the survival of the Flame Chase journey on a battlefield where the smoke of war is invisible. I deeply regret and feel guilty for hastily pushing you and the Trailblazer into the debate. But please forgive me. At that moment, I could not afford to show any sign of weakness before you, as it would have crushed your morale. I considered the debate a routine affair, assuming I could win merely with the support and experience we'd accumulated over centuries. But I underestimated Kindness and her party's cunning, and also the deterioration of my own senses. The trap was likely set by the debater Calictus. He had prepared a severed golden thread in advance, revealing it to the public when Kindness was faltering in the debate. He claimed I was reading everyone's thoughts with the golden thread to cheat in the debate. I could have countered that low tactic in 100 ways, but my words slipped out before I could even think about them. With deceitful scoundrels like you in the crowd, I have no choice but to rely on the golden thread to keep watch over everything in this holy city. You can imagine the reaction that comment provoked. At that moment, I felt my time was running short. The divinity in this body might be eternal, but that is not the essence of me. I am a daughter of humanity, born of my mother, and I will die as a human. Realizing that my humanity was fading, I began to plan my exit. What kind of departure would not waste such a belated death? I have yet to find the ideal answer. But I knew I couldn't simply fade away in my sleep like anyone else. The serpents have always lurked in the darkness, terrified of their heads being cut off by the golden thread. If my departure were to be calm and uneventful, it would only lead to a swarm of those serpents emerging from their nests. Regrettably, a peaceful death is a luxury I cannot afford. I must feign weakness deliberately to make those serpents lose patience and act rashly. Just as they think they've struck and sunk their fangs into my heels, That's when I'll strike back, igniting the final blaze to burn away the threats hidden in the shadows. The blaze soaring into the sky might sow fear and confusion, but I have no worries about people losing their way. After all, Alchema still has you to guide them, Finan. You're not perfect, Finan. I've witnessed your confusion, recklessness, and deep sensitivity, dawn after dawn. The heavy burdens of your past have always weighed you down, inflicting deep pain. Yet, in your way, you are perfect. You embrace everyone's imperfections, always ready to find the precious qualities hidden beneath their rough exteriors. Unconditionally, that might be what sets our Sky Father Kefili apart from other deities. They recognize the imperfections in their creations, yet still choose to shine their light on them, offering protection with unconditional love. Finan, while you zealously pursued strife, believing it to be your destined path, from the very beginning, my thoughts have never changed. You are the destined world-bearer of Amphoreus, the gate to Amphoreus' future. Go, complete the flame-chased journey of the prophecy, ignite the stars, and inspire hope in the hearts of humanity. I will be waiting at the end of the West Wind, looking forward to the miracle you will create.
Aglaya, how could I possibly be worthy of the burning torch you've passed into my hands? Dalong, can you do me a favor?
Or I can help with, just say the word.
Please deliver a message to Lord Krateros. Have him gather the Holy City guards and the Kremnoans to spread the word from door to door. At the lucid hour tomorrow, Finan will speak at the Marmorial Palace. Urge everyone who has concerns about the Holy City's future and the Flame Chase journey to attend this gathering. Tell them Aglaya has left Amphoreus the seeds of hope.
Understood.
Thank you. It's been a harrowing day for everyone. Please make sure to rest well and collect your thoughts. I need to prepare.
Hey, Finan.
Cortonis, what brings you to Marmorial Palace? I plan to get everything settled before coming to see you. Is there something urgent, Cortonis?
How are you holding up, I wanted to see. Better than I expected, you seem.
There's no room for doubt anymore. It's time to take action and show everyone that the leadership of the Chrysos heirs is still strong.
Right, your assessment is. Now, here. Take this.
Ooh.
Is this it? You've completed it.
Dawnmaker. The name I've chosen for it. Before dawn, prepare for battle. For tomorrow, wield your sword. Befits your stature, it does. Chrysos heir.
Dawnmaker. Unbelievable. You've never seen that black-clad sword master. Yet you've recreated this so precisely, just from what I described.
Precise, your description. Imbued it with the power of dawn I already have. Guided by your will, gleam with golden flames. Its blade will wield it. May triumph always be yours.
Thank you, Cortonis. I will use this sword to protect the beings of Amphoreus.
Another thing there is.
What's this?
Stored here, the remnants of Aglaya's divinity are. This was her commission. Her death she had long foreseen.
Can she still hear us?
It's difficult to confirm. About divinity, we know very little. In this way, she wanted to be with you. Always.
I understand. Let me keep it. With this, I'll have another constant companion by my side. May this world never have a need for a deliverer. Someone told me long ago.
Pretty bracelet to wear forever to keep Aggie.
But when the world dashed her hopes and fell into disarray, if she could see me now, leading from the front, rallying people against their destiny, she would surely smile.
How will the Holy City continue without Lady Goldweaver?
Look! Lord Finan is here.
Will he step up to lead Akama?
Heck yeah, he will.
Not long ago, I spoke at the Citizens' Assembly at Dawncloud. I wrestled with every word, searching for the right ones to rally support and keep the Chrysos Heir's flame chase alive. In the end, I remembered a lesson from one of my teachers. In battles where words are weapons, outrage and blind passion often overpower reason. I followed his strategy. I painted my opponents as nothing more than pests, tore apart their character, and laid out their crimes. The strategy worked. I secured enough votes to achieve my goal, but afterward, there wasn't even a flicker of joy. I realized that apparent victory masked a deeper failure. In my pursuit of success, I fueled division and strayed far from my very purpose that led me to the flame chase journey. This journey was supposed to unify, not divide, to strengthen us, not weaken us. It was the gold thread that mended our rifts in the past. Some saw it as a means of surveillance, a tool of control. But no one can deny that it was Aglaya who held this city and even this shattered world together. Now she is gone. Yes, as you have heard, the demigod Aglaya, who guarded the holy city for a millennium, has indeed fallen.
Murdered Lady Goldweaver!
Find the murderer! Make them pay!
I felt the same as all of you initially. I wanted to stand here beside you, to condemn the sinners, to discuss retribution, and to see justice brought down upon them. But my perspective has changed. The golden threads that once bound this city have unraveled. Yet no one is celebrating their freedom from control. In the empty markets and bath chambers, one feeling lingers. Unease. Deep down, we all know the last safeguard against the harm we may do to each other is gone. No divine power will protect us from the malice in our hearts. From now on, only the moral code we choose to uphold for ourselves will stand between us and the abyss.
Fainan has a way with words.
Be quiet and listen carefully. There's something special about a man of letters. If it were me up there, I could do it too.
Indeed.
The flame chase journey is nearing its end. With only one Titan left for the Chrysos heirs to conquer. Aquila! Before I rise to the skies, I challenge you. Cast out the shadows and malice within your hearts. Let your spirit shine brighter than the sky itself. Let me bear witness. Even without the divine authority of romance, Akima will remain a sanctuary in these end times. A place for the kind people Aglaya dreamed of. The kind of people foretold in prophecy. A better people!
Better people! Better people! Better people!
Better people.
I appreciate your willingness to accept the challenge. You have reminded me that Aglaya left me perhaps the simplest duty in the world. To bear the burden of creation, I need only to give one thing. It's a gift she once gave me without hesitation, and now I share it with each of you. Unshakable faith. There's still a long way to go before Amphoreus is reborn. But we will not forget the past as we move forward. For the memories of Amphoreus will always benefit future generations. Allow me this moment. I want to borrow a few minutes of your time to commemorate a demigod who protected the Holy City for a millennium. She was Akima's dressmaker, the leader of the Chrysos heirs, the Gold Weaver, Aglaya, and her greatest feat was being a selfless person.
That singing sounds so familiar. That's our song, and Snowy used to love it.
Yes, Lady Trian. For that child filled with anxiety. Your songs always dispelled the clouds in my heart. Even if for just a moment.
Snowy was so cute and kind when he was little. Now, you've grown so much. Maybe not as cute, but still just as kind.
I don't know. I think he's pretty cute.
Time spares no one, so there's nothing we can do. But kindness, you helped nurture it in me.
Don't mention it. Your light is as bright as ever. Keep it up and stay strong. See you, Snowy.
Goodbye, Lady Trian.
I heard what you said. Are you suggesting the debate tactics I've taught you are nothing but sleight of hand?
Not at all, Professor Anaxa. Honestly, without those techniques you taught me, the flame chase journey might not have survived.
Good thing your head's still clear. The Chrysos heir of Kefali. I had no idea you had it in you while I was drilling those formulas in your head in class.
Who could have thought, Professor? By the way, I've completely forgotten those formulas now.
Some things never change. In our next lives, I'll teach you how to truly embrace your divine duties.
I'll be waiting. Goodbye, Professor Anaxa. Miss Castros, aren't you going to say something?
Lord Finan, you have always been so approachable. Ever since we first met, you've seen me as a friend. It was the first time I understood what everyday friendship was like, but that's dangerous.
Dangerous?
Laughing and chatting with you, I sometimes forget who I am. And for someone with my kind of power, that's a real hazard.
I hadn't thought of it that way. Sorry, I forgot to consider your perspective.
Please, no apologies. Despite everything, thinking back on the times we spent together makes me really happy.
I feel the same.
Goodbye, Finan.
I'm just crying this whole time.
Goodbye, Gastros. Aglaya.
Remember, Finan, after completing the flame chase, leave the decision to initiate the miracle of Genesis to the Amphoreans. The Chrysos heirs are the executors of the prophecy, yet they, the people, are the true masters of this world.
Rest assured, I always keep your teachings in mind. The difference between a presumptuous hero and a tyrant is a fine line.
Well said. You've got a good memory.
It's late. Anything else you'd like to add?
Anything else? Even in your imagination, I'm not one to show my vulnerable side.
No worries. I've long understood how difficult it is for you to open up completely. Thank you for bringing me here, Aglaya. You saved me.
Maybe what I wanted to save wasn't you, child, but this crumbling world. Goodbye, Finan.
Goodbye, Aglaya.
Did you forget me?
Never!
Forget you. Like I'd ever. We aren't parting ways forever. You're just off to guard the gates at Castrum Kremnos. Let's not make this a tearful farewell.
You know just how to make a person uncomfortable. I have a feeling we'll meet again in this lifetime. Let's have another showdown then. Deliver.
That's very confident of you. I've changed since then. Have you seen this sword? It's a masterpiece freshly forged by Cartonis.
A bold statement for a mere mortal who hasn't yet claimed the power of a titan. See you around. Finan of Ides Elysiae.
It's a date, Mightimos.
It's official! They're going on a date!
What a poignant, yet splendid journey. And it's still not over yet, is it?
Yes, Cyrene.
I was right. In the end, you did become the deliverer in this story.
A lot has changed while you were away. I've met so many people, and tried so many things. I've found new resolve. And I've let go of some attachments. I'm not the same person I used to be.
But to me, you've never changed at all, Finan.
Dawn Cloud. This place holds so many different kinds of memories. I remember you could see the Gold Weaver sign from here. All the way down the mountain. But my eyes aren't what they used to be 1,000 years ago.
Cypher, you...
Seamstress. Tell me, does Akuma have any treasures so rare that not even your... I mean, our shop has seen?
Of course it has. I heard there's a gem of all worlds hidden somewhere in Dawn Cloud. Apparently, it's a piece that fell out of the Dawn device. It's truly a priceless treasure, being a part of Kefali's divine body. Even I, the Gold Weaver, cannot witness its glamour.
Gem of all worlds. Nice! Got it! Well, please keep looking after the shop while I...
Let me guess, Cypherer. You're probably already plotting to sneak into Dawn Cloud to steal that gem, aren't you? And your next move is probably trying to sell it to the highest bidder, then distribute that money to the poor and the refugees in the Holy City?
Look, seamstress. Are you sure you aren't peeking into my head with your golden threads?
You might be skilled at covering up lies, but your compassion is all over your face, plain as day. Don't lie to yourself. Do you honestly think this is the right thing to do, Cypher?
What else am I supposed to do? That's the only thing I can do with my power. You keep talking about how I have the potential to become a good person. Or even what people call a hero. But I don't know what I need to do to get there! I can't weave golden dresses like you. I can't sing as well as Miss Hysoons. And I definitely don't know as much as Big Sis Treeby. The only things I'm good at are the underhanded street smarts that no one even respects. But I still want to be worthy of you. I want to prove that you've made the right choice. Even thieves can dream. Right?
I know, Cypher. I know. You are justified in your anger. Destiny is never fair. And your path is doomed to be even worse than everyone else's. You are fated to walk in the dark and bear the world's misunderstanding in this journey. But you have to believe that everyone in this world is unique in their own way. I am convinced that you're the only one who can bear the authority of trickery, even if you have to contend with the legendary 300 master thieves of Dolos.
Aglaya, I just want everyone to believe that the world is beautiful and that everyone is simple and kind. If only I could get everyone to believe that. Would that lie become reality? If enough people believed in it, even though it's a lie.
Lies will always be lies, Cypher, but sometimes they can be more noble than the truth.
Are you really planning to just stand there forever? Honestly, sneaking around doesn't suit you, Deliverer.
I never thought I could slip past your sharp ears, Miss Cypher. I just didn't think it'd be right to interrupt when you're obviously lost in thoughts.
Still as charming with your words as ever, boy. Your speech at the public baths wasn't half bad. I'll admit, it managed to touch my heart. Just a smidge.
She heard that?
Thank you. I had a feeling back then that you were in the audience. Intuition certainly is a thing of wonder.
Oh, and you didn't call me out on the spot. You waited all this time to tell me.
Well, I thought you'd need some time to yourself after she passed away.
None of your business. Enough small talk. Tell me, what kind of trouble did you run into that you need me, the super old timer, to step in?
couple of times, but you've always gone straight to business. I respect that about you, old-timer, so I'll cut to the chase. You're probably aware that Aglaia has earned the support of the entire city for the Chrysos heirs. Everyone believes that she died at the hands of council members who were against the flame chase. And the citizens' fury has been dragging these schemers out of the shadows one by one. But they didn't get everybody. To this day, we still haven't found Elder Kynus, the leader of the Cleaners.
Ah, I see. You're afraid she'll do something wild now that she's pushed into a corner, aren't you?
Yes. I believe that Kefali's core flame, forever enshrined above the Council Theater, would be the opposition's final trump card against the Chrysos heirs. We're setting out to campaign against Aquila in a few days. With the Chrysos heirs gone, it'll be their best chance to strike.
You think those desperate dogs will try to snatch the core flame while you're gone? So, you want me to give them a nice long walk while you're away, right?
You sure saw right through me, Miss Cypher. I know exactly what you can do. Godlike speed, perfect disguises, untraceable movement, and that most enigmatic authority of trickery. I have only one request. Please, use whatever tricks you need to protect Kefali's core flame. Even if you have to deceive the rest of the Chrysos heirs as well.
Uh-huh. Hey, Deliverer. Do you honestly think that there's no way I'll turn you down? Do you even have any plan Bs if I decide to nope out on this?
As the demigod of trickery, there are no other trump cards in the world that can outrank you. I'm sure you know the answer to your own question, Miss Cypher.
What confidence. You talk as if you have everything in the palm of your hand. Huh. So you did learn a thing or two from her. I'll give you that. Then let me tell you something you don't know. The Flame Reaver. They've been watching Akama closely.
You mean...
Bet you didn't expect that, huh? I've been tracking them all this time. And this is my conclusion. That lunatic may have lost their mind. But they're no fool.
Hold on.
Why do you think they haven't made a move on Akama yet?
Professor Anaxa once analyzed this. He thought it was probably because Kefali's core flame was protected by the Council of Elders' secret arts.
Ha! Sacred art's my foot! I could break those mechanisms with a flick of my finger. Allow me to let you in on the actual secret. They probably held off from attacking Akama because the Seamstress's defense network was way tougher than you thought. Now that she's gone, and you're heading out to the Eye of Twilight, with the city's defenses in shambles.
What a dangerous situation we find ourselves in. But since you're the one who brought it up, I'm guessing you already have a solution in mind.
Just look how ridiculously calm you are right now. But you guessed it right. Consider this a 2-for-1 deal. I'll keep that lunatic entertained on top of protecting Kefali's core flame. You owe a big favor after this.
You have my deepest gratitude. That Flame Reaver's power is truly unfathomable. Please be careful.
Don't forget, Deliverer. There's a fundamental truth in this world. Cyphera will always get the last laugh. No need to worry about a demigod. I'll do my job. So you need to make sure you don't die before you pay me.
Of course. Hi, scene perspective.
I'm back. I've been trying to stay away from here since the Black Tide destroyed the Grove. And through that, stay away from the memories that might make me sad. But the wind keeps pulling me back. Maybe that's the Twilight Courtyard's duty, after After all,
So cute.
I know little Ika.
Little Ika. We don't just say Ika. Little Ika.
The days when we all studied together. But we have an even more important mission this time round. Lord Finan has already set the date to campaign against Aquila. Being a descendant of the Sky People, You're right. At least I can still afford to get lost in thought once in a while. Oh, ancestors. Please wait for just a bit longer. The time I spent in the Grove deserves some reminiscence.
Okay. We're gonna stop here for now. I'm hoping in this next bit, I don't know, I might play more again today later, but I gotta feed my cat. Whoa, she's staring daggers at me. Holy crap. But, anyway.
Professor Anaxa, it's time to put your theory into practice.
Thank you so much for watching. We'll have a part 2 and probably a part 3 again. Hopefully that'll be it. I don't know how long it's gonna be. But yeah, I'm expecting to cry some more, but I hope not as much. We'll see. But thank you so much. If you want to see the next one, please subscribe for more so you get notified. And if you are enjoying watching me cry while doing these, feel free to give it a like, and if you want, comment down below what you thought so far of this part of the story, and hope to continue the rest of it with you real soon. Bye!